So it's Meal Prep Sunday, and one of the things I really like to make this time of year is a big batch of pesto. It's awesome because it goes on really any protein or any carb I've ever met. And what's great about it is it freezes really nicely. I will tell you, the first time that I was introduced to pesto, I think I was in high school, and I went on a date with a guy that worked at a restaurant. And when I saw that he ordered pesto for on top of his chicken, I was a little disgusted because it was green, and I lived a sheltered culinary life when I was a kid. And so the thought of having this green sauce on your chicken, it just kind of skeeved me out, to be perfectly honest. And then at the end of the night, he, went in for a kiss at the end, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know what that was that you just ate, but I'm not interested. Later, when I got the kiss, it turns out probably the better end of the bargain would have been had I had the pesto, but that's a different story. So today we're going to make a pesto. I'm going to show you how you can treat it so that you have it for the rest of the season. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, which is similar to the salsa that I just made last week, we're going to take about 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. I'm doubling the recipe, so let's do 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. And I'm just going to put them right here in the cast iron skillet on about medium. They're going to go for about 6-7 minutes until they get nice and charred. And then we're going to peel them, throw it into the food processor with the rest of the ingredients. Let's see, the garlic looks done. Oh, look at that color. It is so beautiful. And don't forget to peel the garlic. So what is pesto? Pesto is a very traditional sauce, Italian sauce, that's made from herbs, cheese, oil, garlic, and maybe some nuts. Today we're going to go super traditional, and I'm going to use basil. So since I'm going to double the recipe, I'm going to use about 4 cups of basil leaves that I got from the farm. We're ready to get rid of all of these because everybody's done with the basil. But as I said, I really like to freeze this because especially in the winter time, when I'm tired of chilies and stews and heavy food, I look forward to having a nice burst of flavor that you can get from the pesto. And to the basil, you're going to add 1/2 cup of pecorino, the roasted garlic, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, salt and pepper, of course, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to preserve the color. Turn the food processor on and drizzle up to 1 cup of olive oil until you get to your desired consistency. So let's just give this a taste. Ooh, that cheese! There's a lot of flavor in that cheese. Really sharp, but absolutely delicious. So I'm going to put a little bit on the side. Let me get a fresh spoon here. I'm going to put a little bit on the side because we're going to have this tonight with some zoodles and some grilled chicken. Going back to the chicken now that I know that it's good. And then with the rest of this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use an ice cube tray. And what this does for you is it gives you individual servings that you're going to freeze. So when you're going to make dinner for yourself, there's a family of 4, and so you're going to take out 4, 5, 6 cubes, thaw them out, and then you can just make up a wonderful meal. And so I just put these in here like this, fill it all up, put some saran wrap over it, put it in the freezer overnight. Tomorrow morning, you snap them, you throw them in a freezer bag, and you're all set. So now that you've watched the video, you're basically an expert at this recipe. You can stay with traditional. Traditional's great. It's delicious. I promise you, this will never fail you. But if you wanted to experiment, get a little bit more creative, you could change the basil out for spinach or kale. You could also add nuts to it. I did not add pine nuts because we're a nut-free house, but you can certainly add pine nuts to this to give it a little bit of a crunch, a little bit bite. You could also add walnuts to it and make it a little bit earthier. The sky's the limit, and I really encourage you to be more creative in the kitchen. There are no limitations, and that really is the beauty of it. I promise you, your friends, your family will love this part of you where you're experimenting and really bringing love into the kitchen. So please enjoy, embrace it. Ciao. See, cooking healthy doesn't need to be hard. You just need to know a few basic skills. And if you want to keep killing it in the kitchen, join the Flossin' Foodies family by clicking here to subscribe.